Look, bro, Onslaught just doesn't want you on the team. He says you're much too angry. You get too aggressive at times.
Aggressive? Why, that no good. I'll rip his vocal processor straight.
See? That right there. That's what we're talking about. You just get too mean right off the bat. You need to be calmed down a bit. Become more like me. Become a bit friendly.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps I am coming across just a little too mean. Let me see if I can change that. Hey, boss, I brought you something. I brought you a flower to show you I can be friendly.
Didn't go so good, huh?
You think?
Hello YouTube, it's Gajara here with part 2 of the Combaticon review. As you can see, I have Blastoff in his robot mode because I had already reviewed him in part 1. As I go through the parts, I will leave the robots in their robot mode so that you know which ones are left to be done. And as stated, I will be reviewing these in the numerical number that they appear on the back of the package. That means that today, with Blastoff already being reviewed, we move him. We will remove Brawl. We remove Onslaught. We remove Swindle. That leaves us with Vortex. Bring it in close and drop down because I was quite a ways away. Yes, we have Vortex. Vortex. What is a Vortex? We have Vortex, and as you can see, he is a remold of Alpha 1 from the Aerial Bots, and also used in Victorion's combiner set. We do have, with this one, we did keep a package, and we're going to raise up, take a look at the package. Let's move Vortex out of the way, and I think we've got enough for the package size here. As you can see, it is a typical Combiner Wars packaging with the layout of where the robot is going to go. On the back, you've got the images of different combiners. Let's raise up a bit because I am just not getting this in here the way I thought I would. Okay. Come down. He combines to form C. Back for details. Of course, they're not going to give that to you here. But we got a nice image of Vortex in his robot mode. Hasbro ages 8 and up. It's Transformers and nice Autobot logo, Generations. And we turn it around to the back, and we will take a look at the bio here. Decepticon Vortex is the interrogator the Decepticons call when they need someone to cough up information. He'll take his targets for a wild ride, twisting, turning, looping, and diving through the sky. It's enough to make any bot cough up their secrets, and then some. He can combine to becomes an arm or a leg. And there's the nice product shot of robot mode. Again, nice shot of the Vortex helicopter. And you can see he fits on as his left arm. And there's the 5 individual Combaticons. He combines to form Bruticus. Yes, okay. I think that's enough of the packaging. Now, in the packaging, you also get an IDW issue comic with a nice picture of Vortex just coming right at you there. And it is a nice comic book again. I have not read this yet myself, but then I don't really pay attention to the comic books anyway. So on the back you also get the design genesis of Vortex, conceptual sketch, you get the mock-up, computer generated mock-up, the different designs, and of course everything that it comes with and where they put all the decals. And on the back another product shot. Yes, this guy gets a lot of product shots on the comic book. Name, Decepticon, Vortex, etc, etc, etc. And then you get the extended bio right through here. You will have to pause here and there because I'm not reading all of this. I'm just going to let you pause as you need. Okay, and that's it for the comic book. And lastly, we do get the instruction booklet right here. Zoom in, yep. Vortex, and it's the typical black and white instruction booklet. But then you probably won't need it. It's probably very obvious how he's going to transform. Let's come back down to see Vortex sitting on the table. And we got to come way back down because I was way up. And now we're going to zoom in on Vortex. And yes, he was way out of zoom. And let's zoom in. There we go. There's Vortex. As you can see, as stated before, he is a remold of Alpha 1. He is also he was used in the Protectobots. It's the same exact mold. Nothing new there. I don't have any of those to compare them to. But, you know, it is what it is. It's Alpha 1. He's got gray, black windows, gray molded body, little purple stripe going down, yellow missiles, got a teal piece here, and also on the rotor blades, purple stripe continues, Decepticon tempograph. On the bottom, of course, you get all the obvious stuff that comes with these generations of Transformers. Now, he does include his rifle. Get a close-up there. It is the same rifle that came with all the other helicopter combiners. The exact same mold, just different color. Nice hollow spot there. Don't know why they couldn't fill it all the way out. Get a look at some bullets coming down the side of the gun. Got some nice mold work. I do like that. And he also includes his combiner foot hand. And this can fit at the bottom of him, kind of like a flight stand. It does do a bit there. It's not something that I would display him with, but it is what it is. So, with all that in play, we will now get down to transformation mode. So, to begin with, what we want to do is lift up the rotors, separate the top portion of the cockpit, split the cockpit in half like so, rotate, and just fold up out of the way. We will get to the rest of that in just a moment. Next step, we want to separate the arms and just pull them out to the side, get them out of the way. Raise up the camera so that there is room to work. Yeah, I think that will work. Okay. Come to the bottom of the helicopter and just flip that down. Come to the top and flip that. Might want to separate these if you can. I don't remember if you can separate these first or if you have to flip it open first. I think you have to flip it open first. Okay, wait, yes, flip it open first because it's locked in. This peg right here going into that slot right there. And it's keeping it locked together so it don't quite separate. Once you get that opened, you can separate the legs and bring one down. And it just folds up. One thing I found interesting was in the mold, this piece right here, you could see they detailed it into a hydraulic kind of piece there. I don't know why they did that because it is pretty much hidden once you close up the leg. Oops, wait a minute. Which is done by putting that tab into that slot right there. Just like that. And squeezing together. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. Once again, that little hydraulic piece. Okay, that tab into that slot. And there's that. Next, we take the torso and spin it 180. Take this piece, and there is a tab right there, which will go into that slot right there to lock it into place. And the same on this side. It looked like it got done already. Did not notice. And of course, the top half of the cockpit makes his feet. Okay, next, we fold down the arms and, well, that's it. The arms are done. Wasn't much to the arms at all. Next, we bring down the tail fin and do that by this is probably one of the hardest parts I do. There we go. Separate and fold back, and these posts here fit into these slots right here. And there we go. Take the rotors, fold them up, and I find that it works best if you tuck them in behind the wings. Take this back tail fin, and it can rotate either way. So you can display that however you like. And lastly, we turn the head around, and there we have VORTEX in his robot mode. And of course, as combiners go, it is a nice mold. I can't really say much more about it than anybody else has said. It is Alpha 1. The fact that I don't have Alpha 1 makes him feel new to me, so that's saying something. I do like the robot mode. It is really good. The robot mode actually has some very good detail to it, like his rocket sitting up there on his wrists. And let's take a look at that head sculpt, which is right there. Very nice head sculpt. Again, I do like the way that they keep the heads quite familiar with their G1 counterparts, keeping that combiner look that they had from the G1 series. Coming down his chest, he's got some purple with the Decepticon tempograph, some yellows, some reds. You can see the combiner port right there in his chest. Got some reds down his chest. Got some teal on his waist, going down to grays. The purple stripe, of course, coming up the back. Got the copter blades. Not much you can do to hide that. Decepticon tempograph. The colors are good. I like the colors to this. It is very reminiscent of the G1 VORTEX, while still being an updated helicopter and robot. It's really a good mold. I do like it a lot. I do wish that they had found a way to make the rear rotors turn inside that little hole there, but they have not. Okay, oh well. I can live with it. Now he does hold his weapon in his hand just like that, and he looks good with his weapon there. He does hold his combiner foot hand weapon thingy, whatever. It is one of those things that, as before, I will not be displaying him with. We do need to take a look at that combiner foot hand because I have not done that yet. It is Alpha Bravo. Alpha Bravo. Why have I been saying Alpha 1? It is Alpha Bravo's combiner foot hand. So it's pretty much the same thing, just remolded in a different color. I like the little mini guns that it comes from the front. And you can see his fingers. All in all, it's a plain mold. I'm not too crazy about the mold of that. But then he will look good whenever it gets into the Gestalt mode. When Bruticus is together, that will actually look pretty good. But yes, there we have Vortex. Now for articulation, his head is on a ball joint. He can look up. Can't really look down, but you can use the combiner port to give that impression. He does get a little bit of side-to-side wiggly-waggly, and he can do the Poltergeist 360. His arm is on a ball joint. He can stretch out this far. Can do a full 360 here, and come on. Do a full 360 there. His elbow is on a swivel. It can go in and out, and it does give a good 90-degree articulation there. He has waist swivel, mainly due to transformation. I am really not talking right today. He does have ball joints on his hips. He can do a full splits. He can stretch out that far, can go back that far, and he can, oops, I just popped the joint. He does have swivel on his thighs. His knees, he can get a full 90-degree bend. And he really doesn't have much for toe articulation unless you count the transformation joint for the toes. So yes, that is his articulation. Yeah, like I said, Vortex is a good robot. We're still looking at maybe, let's see, if Blastoff was 5, I'd probably have to give this guy my third favorite. This is my third favorite of the Combaticons. I do take points away because it is a serious remold, and it is one that they really don't give a whole lot of update to. But he's still got a good mold. I do like his head sculpt. It's very nice. So let's got a very nice head sculpt. A little bit of red there for the eyes. Got a bit of good detail on the side of the head there. Yeah, it's a pretty good mold. I can't argue with that. For those that have already gotten all the others, you know that really there's not a whole lot to say about him. But because he is my only helicopter, I can say a lot about him. He's actually pretty cool. I do like him. So if you would like to find a Vortex, you will of course have to look on Amazon.com or eBay, because he is no longer on Big Bad Toy Store, nor will you find him at transformers.hasbro.com. However, I will put links to both of those into the description because, hey, they have other Transformers, they have other collectible toys, so there will be links down there to both of those. There will also be a link down in the description for my Google Plus account. Please follow me there. This is Gijara reviewing part 2 of the Combaticons Vortex. I will see you later. You all have a very good day.